Hello everybody, so we are going to continue on with Scarlet Hollow. Let me there it is. Because like I said, I want to continue with this now that we played just episode 5 a couple of times, and I want to see, like I said, and here's the other thing, I might do another Scarlet Hollow Theories video. I know there are quite a few on the channel. I think this is where we need to be. Yep, upstairs forest. Note, the decision you made in episode 3 bears heavy physical consequences, and a visual reminder of those consequences will follow you for the rest of the game. We're not gonna do a recap. You open your eyes, it's a new day, and you feel like crap. In the bright morning light, you're finally able to take stock of just how much the spirit took from you. You feel dulled, your bones creaky, your soul weighed down with the exhaustion of age. I did what had to be done. Yes, you did what had to be done. Who knows what would have happened had you left that ghost behind to fester? An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hey, just wanted to check in. Hope you're doing okay. Also wanted to ask if you've heard from Stella? You checked your messages, there's nothing from Stella. We can call, we can text. Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? Kinda, but with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. We should look for her, right? Come to town, we should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. We're gonna take a shower. You step to the guest bathroom and into the shower. The hot water soothes your aching joints. Despite you stay at the bathroom, this shower is a good place. As it rinses your body clean, think about Stella running off last night. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. You're done here. I also like how when you're in the shower, you can think about somebody who you want to romance. You're done here. You turned off the faucet and dry yourself off. And here's a weird thing. I don't know if that influences anything. But anyway. So check the closet. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point during your most recent visit. Also, the doll is winking at us. I find that kind of weird. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Also, can you picture Sam Wayne crammed into the closet? I couldn't do that. I would need room to like move around and stuff. The opossum. You open the doors. The two opossums stare up at you. They both have a bread now. That's nice. Wave at them. You wave at them. They continue to stare up at you blankly in response. Close the door. You close the drawers. It's their home now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. They're striking this week of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Greensburg, your cousin's been ready for this. The next few days will wear on her, but anyone paying attention to this town would have known this was coming. Tabitha is the one to have her head in the clouds. Does it even matter how the strike plays out? Any resolution would merely treat the symptoms of the disease rotting the heart of Scarlet Hollow. For things to stand any chance of getting better, there's something deeper you still have to fully uncover. Talk about the strike. I want to lead with Stella. Have you heard anything from Stella? Kaneeka can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm sure she's just processing what happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. Let's talk about the strike. The strike is just a symptom of the rot in this place, Tabitha. If we don't treat the underlying disease, it won't even matter who wins. Okay, yes, I know that we saw literal ghosts last night, but this is important, Paulette. This isn't just about me. This town relies on the mind. Look, it's not doing well. I wish I could pay people more. Confession. And I wish I could give them more time off. I just need some more time to pull things out of the fire. See, that's what I find really sucky, is that Pearl Ann left her daughter in quite a predicament. I don't want to be the bad guy here. You get that, right? Kinda want to do this one. You want me to infiltrate the strike? Even if they didn't already know you're my cousin, that seems like a great way to throw gasoline on the fire. This is my problem to fix. Your only job is to stay safe until the funeral is over. The strikers even won. You probably should have seen this coming. Usually I'm pro-union, but you work hard too. They should realize that. Right? As if it's easy being the boss. Do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just usual. I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. Do this one. So that's why the ditchlings were here. They're predicting the strike. Those doughy things we saw in the library yesterday? Look, I get it. There's weird stuff happening right now, but let's not muddy something as mundane as a strike with the supernatural. They're two entirely different things. And also, like, the ditchlings are making more of themselves. So I don't think a strike would be what would cause them to do that. I'm gonna return. Talk about what happened last time. I didn't think making a deal with the ghost would feel so physically bad. I thought it was making metaphorical trade. You have no one to blame for this but yourself. I wanted to leave. You refused. Who just goes to make a deal with an angry ghost? Why would anyone do something like that? So ghosts are real. I still can't get over that. I can. What does that actually change about anything? You're a Scarlet. You're probably going to die young anyway, and I still have mine to run. I don't know if I want to say this one or not. You probably should be going, right? Yeah. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? See, that thing. Tabitha does care about it, which is why I've heard about the talk security route, which I haven't hit yet, but I don't know. I just find that weird. Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Fuel up. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat, and who knows just how much your new affliction will affect your appetite. You make yourself PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. Head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The birds sound different today, muffled, like your ears are full of cotton. A dull sun shines down the surrounding wilderness, seeming to wash the color from the world. But you're adjusting. Already your body is starting to accept the change that has come over it, to accept that this is how things will be from here on out. You can't help but feel countless eyes watch you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Additionally, you shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. Avery! To your surprise, you find a familiar face make its way up the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming up to see you. Hope you're able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. They don't say anything about your appearance, but you can see them take you in. The live day revealing your new features clearly for the first time. You doing okay? The spirit's taken a piece of me, but that's it. It's gone, but I'm still here. Very badass. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. How do you feel now that it's a new day? Possession is the sort of thing that can leave a mark on a person's soul. Oh, thanks for asking about the save my soul. I appreciate that. I'd be lying if I said it didn't have an impact. I kind of feel bruised all over, physically and spiritually. But hey, that's part of life, right? Nobody makes it to the end completely unscathed. I'm kind of thrilled that my new emotional baggage comes from a ghost instead of some boring normal trauma. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Whitney to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so inflammable. Seems like those walls are suddenly starting to crack. I hope she's okay. I kind of want to flirt. You're coming up to see me? That's sweet. What can I say? I'm someone who knows what they want. Ah! Even the world. I would have walked up here to crack down, but I figured I should let you sleep at least a little longer, though not too much longer. I had to make sure you didn't go running off into trouble, not without me. Kaneeka and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Want a cup? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's absolutely packed with miners. They must be using it as home base for the strike. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree line. I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them, with their scrunched up little sharp-eyed faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're bad omen or something, but are they dangerous? Also, you know how when we went to Sybil the first night, she was like, oh, they're not dangerous, they won't hurt you. And yet, our experience right before then was a man getting, in the woods while trying to protect his chicken, and the fact that they were trying to grab Stella, Gretchen, who at the time was very much alive. The fact that they're doing this to so many animals. Like I said, why are they making so many of themselves? It's gotta be more than just a bad omen. They're not going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? You need only fear what they foretell. Okay, cool and ominous. The line being eaten alive is on the table. Unless they're foretelling a zombie invasion or something with werewolves, in which case I guess I'm still stuck with being eaten alive. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start back down the path to town. It's long before you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Paula, you made it, and you picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, emotionally. Yeah, not too bad. Better after seeing Paula. They're very flirty. I like that. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Mom has been insisting I caught a cold, and I wasn't buying it, but as of this morning, I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from looking for Stella. kind of want to say this. I was kind of surprised you reached out to me after all the issues between you and Tabitha. You sacrificed years of your life to exercise ghosts for people you hadn't met until, 2 days ago? That kind of outweighs whatever ongoing feud I have with your cousin. And I'm not going out there alone because the last thing I want is to go missing while looking for someone who went missing. We do everything in groups from now on. People shouldn't be judged by their family anyway. Where people may think of your cousin has nothing to do with you. Guys, hold on 1 second. Noticing I have another message. Okay, that's just Vodafone. I'm gonna assume everything's okay, but is someone in the general store when we go looking for Stella? Forget the general store. Mom can deal. Whoa, did I miss something? You good, Kaneeka? Just some family drama. I'm sure it's gonna take a sick day anyway. I don't want to infect the entire town with whatever cold this is. This'll just affect both you and whoever else we come across while looking for Stella. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure what she planned on telling you today that she couldn't have told all of us last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom's always had a bit of the Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole New Age mystic thing. A lot's happened in the past couple days. I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this out. I need to be focused. I can't keep having all these existential crises. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's dawdle. I'm worried about Stella and it doesn't feel right to be doing anything that isn't actively looking for her. Agreed, let's get to work. Where to first? Wanna go to Stella's house? Or do we wanna check out the diner? I kind of want to see Oscar. I kind of want to see if he has if he's talking to the Stones. We should check in on Oscar. He's smart. Maybe he'll know what to do. I hope nothing else happened after we all went home last night. They're so brave for sleeping in that house after everything we went through. I'd rather sleep in the woods with the ditchling than someplace that was that haunted. Your mom said it's safe, and I'm inclined to believe her. Why would she lie? But how would she know that? Magic, probably. There's only one way to find out. Let's go. The other thing we have to keep in mind is that since I'm now older and more physically exhausted easier, we won't be able to go everywhere. Morning light streams in through the library's large window. In the bright daylight, it's once again a place of comfort, all menace having fled in the wake of Charles Shaw Jr.'s departure. No ghosts, thank God. I was out for an encore. Yeah, it's gone, just like your mom said it would be. I guess Oscar must be in back. I know that's where I'd be if I finally got my house back. I've always been surprised at how unsupervised this place is. Sometimes it feels like anyone could just walk in and do whatever they wanted. Like what? Steal books? I mean, they could, right? I'm not saying anyone would. I'm just saying the people in this town trust each other a lot. It's nice. Let's go find Oscar. You make your way back toward the annex. It feels strange to be back here in the light of day, as if the events of the previous evening were all just a terrible dream. More accurately, it feels as if the events of the previous evening were mostly just a dream. That hideous stone carving is so buried in the basement, and though it's subtle and subdued, you still feel the faintest of hums reaching out from it. Okay, so that means that releasing Charles Shaw didn't negate whatever happened with the ghost. Negate what happened with the seals. This hallway really takes me back. It feels like it was only yesterday that we were last here, blissfully unaware that our entire lives were about to change forever. It was only yesterday. I know. Kaneeka knocks on the door. Oh, good morning. It's so good to see all of you, Paula. He takes in the sight of you, standing in the bright corridor. You could hear his guilt in the way he said your name, and you can see it in his eyes now. I hope you're doing well this morning. Please come on in. You have no idea how good it felt to sleep in our own house last night. Though I suppose I didn't do too much sleeping, I mostly sat and stared at the hatch all night. Nothing happened, but the idea that something could happen was more than enough to keep me wide awake. So what brings you here? Stella's been missing since last time. We're trying to figure out if anyone's seen her. She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you? I'm starting to freak out a little. I really care about her and she's just gone. It's okay, Paula. We're going to find her. That's not good. I haven't seen her since she ran off last night. God, I feel like this is all my fault. I should have done a better job warning her. Stella was practically banging down your door trying to get evidence of ghosts. I don't think you're going to be able to stop her. There was no way you could have known how she would react when she found it. I don't even think she knew how she'd react. Besides, you didn't know how bad it was going to get. You can't blame yourself for everything, man. I know you probably feel like it's your responsibility to make sure everyone around you is okay. But sometimes that's just not going to be possible. You're only one guy. I also wonder if they're talking to themselves about this. Like, I do wonder about that. I know you've got a lot going on, but let us know if you see her around. After everything we went through last night, I'm worried about her. Sorry that I can't be more helpful, especially after everything y'all have done for us. I know time is of the essence right now, but while you're here, I wanted to let you know that I'm determined to do whatever I can to help investigate what's happening to our town. I was hoping we could compare notes. It might help me narrow down where I should start my research. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing paranormal in Scarlet Hollow before very recently. Now here we are, suddenly surrounded by weird little goblin creatures in the woods and plagued by angry ghosts. So, here's my theory. You know how Sybil, sells her tea or gives the tea to the diner, and she's constantly trying to push tea on people? Honestly makes me wonder one of two things. Either The effects of the tea wear off after time, or if maybe people aren't drinking as much tea, and as a result, everybody's now seeing the ditchlings and all that. You think there was an exciting event, right? I do. That's my thought too. It's never like this in the holler before. Something must have happened that kicked off all this magic stuff. Avery stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? Things only started happening once Paula got here. Kaneeka shoots Avery a glare. No, we are not throwing Paula under the bus. What? There's nothing wrong with being a magical catalyst. Sure, there's probably nothing wrong with someone being a magical catalyst, but there's definitely something wrong with saying someone's a magical catalyst. If people get the wrong idea, we're only a couple steps away from the whole town deciding to shaw her. No one's gonna drag Paula into a witch hunt on my watch. I like to think we've outgrown the days of running people out of town on rails. I'd rather play it safe. Don't worry, it's not like I'm going to run around town telling everyone that Paula magicked a bunch of terrible disasters into existence. But if there's catalysts for all this, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming home to Scarlet Hollow? If I may, Paula getting into town is the only major event that's happened lately. Pearland died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time she arrived. Not to mention, I started seeing things in our house before Pearland passed. I think I never thought to make a note of exactly when the spirit made itself known. If there's root cause for all of this, hopefully there's a way to put the genie back into its bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events, and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. We'll fill you in on what little we know, so you at least have someplace to start. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There's one in the mines, and another in your basement. There might be more. Those are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there, but who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Paula. Paula, didn't you say you felt something similar to the mine seal outside the clinic yesterday? I hope that does mean something weird is about to happen there too. Foreshadowing. Uh-oh. Lucy, the only doctor's office in town? Seems like it would be bad. Here's hoping we sort things out before that becomes an issue. You know, I was thinking about filling that basement with cement and pretending it was never part of this house, but if we're all here, we should go down and... Oscar sighs. Take a closer look at that carving, seal, whatever it is. Oh, we might actually get to do that. Oh, heck yeah. It'd be like checking out the behind the scenes of a haunted house morning after. I mean, I know you're joking, but that's literally what we'd be doing, right? Ha, now that you mention it, yeah. I guess that wasn't the best analogy. It's been bad enough going into haunted houses and abandoned coal mines at night, but there's something that feels so much worse about going down there in the middle of the day. I can't say I'm thrilled at the thought of it either, but we need to do whatever we can to start getting ahead of things. I really don't think this is a good idea. The spirit is gone, but you can still feel a faint hum undulating from the basement. The myth danger may not await you down there, but the stone remains active, if at least weakened. Who knows in what strange ways it might manifest itself. Oh, that's interesting. So, what we did last night maybe weakened the stone. Or, it seems like whenever we first encounter a stone, right before, we're like drawn to them. Let's do that. The spirit is gone, and all that remains are dust and bones. There's no reason for us not to go down there. That's reassuring? If we're going to trust anyone's instincts on this, it should probably be yours. Okay, let's do this. Heck yes. Oscar leads you back down the familiar hallway to Rosalina's room. Oh, hey, Dad. What are y'all doing in here? I'm going back into the basement, Rosa. I'm afraid there's something down there that might help us figure out what's going on in town. Oop. No way. If you're going down there, I'm going too. Remember what you said last night? No more secrets. We're in this together. You're right, Rosa. You can come with us. No more secrets. Am I the only person in this town who doesn't have a death wish? Sybil said the ghost is gone. I really don't think there's anything to be afraid of down there anymore. Just give me a moment to move all this out of the way. Oscar gets to work moving the furniture from the trapdoor, his broad shoulders making quick work of it. Before you and your companions know it, you find yourself transfixed to the trapdoor. I don't want to go back down there. It's okay, Alexis. You don't have to come with us. We can stay up here together while everyone else goes down there. Oscar opens the hatch with a menacing creak. Everyone's heart skips a beat, though Avery might have skipped a beat out of excitement rather than fear. But now you're swept up into a ghost nightmare puppet show. The sun continues to shine, the birds continue to sing outside Rosalina's window. See? Nothing to be worried about. The slight tremor in his voice tells you he's mostly saying that to himself. Shall we? Yeah, I take it back. I'm good staying up here while y'all take a look down there. I do not like the vibes I'm getting from that pit. Descend. You descend the basement stairs and find yourself in the same cold, unfinished place you were in last night. The hum is still faint, but it's louder here. You take a deep breath and push it out of your mind. Well, I guess whatever you're looking for is in that pit. I guess we should take a look. Oscar walks up to the burial site, eyes widening as he peers inside. There into the pit. The eternally screaming remains of Charles Shaw Jr. are exactly where you left them last night, staring back up at you from empty sockets. He needs to be buried. The carving lies beneath him, the heavy cold stone acting as his coffin. Strange power emanates from the carving. It feels like some living thing, a darkness preserved in stone, buried out of sight and away from any eager hands. Okay, so now I'm leaning even more toward the theory that the entity was possibly ripped apart somehow, and parts of it were put behind these seals, whereas another part of it was put in to Sam Wing. Or at least that was the intention, but power like this can't stay buried forever. Gross. He runs all over that rock. You have no interest in going any closer. This carving has trouble written all over it. Who knows what kind of diseases. Charlie. Whoa, cool. Dang, Charlie. Paula's grandma really did a number on you. Nobody touch it. I had to call Dr. Kelly about this. We should put his body to rest, right? That's how these things usually go. At least in the movies. And hey, we disturbed his body and he hasn't come back for a sequel. Confirmation that he's gone for good, right? I think so. That's gonna make it a lot easier to sleep tonight. Does that mean you'll let me sleep in my actual bed? Whoa, let's give it one more night. I still know how I feel about you sleeping on top of that rock. Ooh. I kind of want to see what this is. We should destroy this thing. Are you sure about that? The carving is one of the best leads we have. Dad, that thing stole our house. I suppose it did, and we do have photo reference to work with. Okay, I'll give it a go. I'll do some research. Maybe we can put some sort of acid on it. You and the others make your way back up to Rosalina's room. As soon as you're all in one place, Oscar closes the trapdoor and moves the pile of furniture back in place. So, did y'all get possessed or cursed or anything? No, but we did see a dead body. Close enough. Glad I stayed put. Alexis, you want to see a picture of it? Ew, okay. I'm not sure that's appropriate. Alexis's parents might not approve you showing their daughter pictures of dead people. They'll let her watch all kinds of scary movies, Dad. It's fine. Maybe she can help with the investigation, too. Yeah, it's totally okay, Mr. Gutierrez. Before Oscar has a chance to get another word, Rosalie has already pulled up a picture on their phone. Sorry, guys, I keep accidentally clicking my mouse and moving the conversation forward. Whoa, I can't believe you're gonna sleep in here. You're so brave. Oscar sighs. I'll be back to check in on you two in a minute. I've just got a couple things to finish up with these folks. You, Kaneeka, and Avery follow Oscar back to the living room. So, I have more than enough to get started on my research now, but is there anything else I should know about? Make sure Pixel stays inside or he might get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? Yeah, the English doughboys. I kinda like them. It's like a hidden object game out there today while the weird little faces peering out of the bushes. Like them? Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in the local wildlife? I don't want to get friendly with them or anything. I just think they're kind of interesting. To each their own. Will do. Can't imagine how devastated Rosalina would be if something were to happen to him, especially after everything she's been through. I think there's something in the clinic. There was a door yesterday and I could feel something pulling me toward it. I see. I'll dig up what I can on the clinic. There's a lot of history there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something haunting that place as well. You have a friend who lives there, right? Should we tell him that something bad might happen in his house? He might want to stay somewhere else for now, if the last few nights are any indication. Yeah, I could shoot Reese a warning text, but I don't know if his mom will let him leave. She's got an iron grip on the poor dude, and she's probably even more of a skeptic than I am, or was. One way or another, I'm going to find myself back there soon enough. It's faint, but I can still feel the pull of that clinic door, and it's only getting stronger. You're not planning on breaking in, are you? Because if so, nope, you are not going to do that. Let's never repeat last night. We should be more cautious about what we do next. We don't want anyone to get attacked or possessed by more ghosts, even if it's to help a friend. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two to do some research before you do anything rash, okay? It sounds like you got something to work on now. We should get back to looking for Stella. I do. Thanks for the lead, Paula. See you around, Oscar. Let us know what you find. I will. So, what I think we'll do is we'll do the diner, and then we might stop it there and do something else. So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? Let's check out the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. Here's hoping Wendy doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. The diner is... Ooh, there's a lot of miners. That's kind of good, right? No, Julius, though. The diner is busier than you've ever seen. It's a small booth packed with miners. What's going on? There's a strike up at the mines. They made the diner their base of operation. I feel bad for Isaac, so he's seen by himself. Huh, good for them. It's about time something like this happened. When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Wendy. Stella's gone missing. I've been helping these two track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize. I can't say I have. I've been a little preoccupied. This is great for business. These fellas get as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. Do you need any help? No, Scarlet can handle this. When your friend's going missing, a lot more important than a busy ship. The miners didn't even notice that you entered the diner instead of speaking in hushed voices. Are you with each other loudly enough for you easily overhear? I guess the shift schedules are pretty brutal, and I like more vacation days. I'd love to be able to see my family around the holidays, and better health benefits would be amazing, but what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or so into the work, and trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy, but you figure you can weather it until you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary fart about you, that uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers, and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the heck out. But we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. I can't get fired. And the company housing, that makes a big difference for me. Right, the company housing. How generous of Tabitha to put you up in the company-owned shack that ain't had maintenance done in decades. take a big chunk right out of your paycheck. The sure as crap ain't going toward property tax and upkeep alone. The company housing, that means almost nobody in this whole darn town owns the place they live. We have numbers on our side, Harrison. After what happened up here the other night, darn near everyone is joining the picket line. She can't afford to lose us all. We have the power here, so long as we're united. Hey, haven't you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners turned toward the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. The YouTuber? No, we ain't seen her. As you can see, we got a lot going on today. We'd appreciate it if you didn't butt in. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. Do we want to comment on the strike? Do we want to weigh in on the Harrison situation? What do you want to do, Harrison? I don't know. This ain't your business, and those sorts of questions are exactly what someone trying to break a strike would be asking. Come on now, I don't think Paulo was trying to break your strike. And how would you know that? This person is a stranger and a Scarlet. Hold your horses there, Zax. I don't care if y'all stand for a good cause. I don't care how much bacon eggs you bought. If you start fighting my establishment, you're out. Let's handle this like civil adults. You heard the lady. Don't get involved or we'll all have to take this outside. And I don't even have powerful build. Sorry folks, we won't bother you. We'll make ourselves scarce. So, about the strike. You really think we're going to talk to you, kid? After what you just tried to pull with Harrison? We're not fools, so we're not about to talk shop with a strikebreaker. I may be the boss's cousin, but I support the strike. Like heck you do. Let's just back off. We're here to find Stella, not hassles Tabitha's overworked employees. Okay, so that didn't work. I guess we should get going. You turn and leave the diner. Avery and Kaneeka trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. So yeah, I think we'll stop here for now, and then we'll probably end up just going to Stella's house, which we should have done first, but honestly, it's like, I do that all the time. I do that usually when I play, so I kind of wanted to do something a bit different. But yeah. What I like about replaying Scarlet Hollow now is that now that we played Chapter 5 a couple of times, we kind of know how things are going. And it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to come up with theories or to question theories that happen and all that. So, but yeah, we'll stop there, and then when we pick up again, we'll continue on with our search. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm also trying to think about what game we might want to play next. I may end up going back and trying to play Tiny Bookshop again, because I know we were kind of enjoying that game as far as I could tell. But we might just start completely over, like from the beginning. Maybe. We'll see. Other than that, we could go back to Chef RPG. We could do Scarlet, Stardew Valley, although I'm waiting for, because there's supposedly a 1.7 update, which is going to have Sandy and Clint as dateable, marriageable people. So I'm very, very curious about that. But so think about that. If you guys want to, if you guys want to go back to a previous game we've done, yeah, actually, if you guys want me to go back to Tiny Bookshop and start a brand new playthrough, hit the like button. And that way I'll know what you guys want to do. If you want to. If you don't, no big deal. But anyway, in the meantime, I'll get this processed and uploaded, and hopefully you guys will enjoy.